And the last thing that you're going to do is a shape tween. And you can um, tween anything that is a shape. Remember that when you draw in merge drawing mode, things become shapes. However, you can also break things apart like text and make it a shape in order to do this shape tween. And a shape tween kind of acts like a morph. So you're going to start by getting your text tool, and you want to get a nice thick font. Cooper STD is a good one, meaning standard, Cooper standard. So is the Helvetica New. So is Impact. I'm going to go ahead and use Impact. And I'm going to choose a nice dark blue. And I'm going to make my font 50. And I'm going to type in a K. Now, mine is starting off vertical, so I'm going to change it to horizontal and move it onto the stage. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and make that even bigger. I'm going to make it 80. That looks good. And then I'm going to go to frame 15, which is in the middle of this animation. And I'm going to insert a keyframe, F6, and I'm going to change this K to an A, because that's my middle initial. And then I'm going to change the color. Whoops, I have to make sure that I have it selected in order to change the color. And then finally, I will go to frame 30 and insert my final keyframe. And I will put in the first initial of my last name, and I will change the color again. Whoops, once I select it, I will change the color again. Okay, so right now you just have 3 letters. What we have to do is, starting with frame 1, we need to break the text apart. And you can do that by going to the Modify menu, Break Apart. The keyboard shortcut is Command B. So I'll go ahead and use that keyboard shortcut, and notice the white dots on it now. Remember that the white dots denote that it is a shape. And you can see when I deselect and click back on it, my properties tell me that that's a shape. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the A and to the S. Now I have to apply my shape tween. And if I simply click on the layer name, that selects all of the frames in that particular layer. If I hold down the Control key and click, I can create shape tween. And now when I do a Command Return, notice how the letters, very quickly, but they morph from one letter to the next. Because our animation only lasts a second and a half, it does go very quick. But obviously, if we spaced it out a little bit more, it would make the ability to see it a little bit better. But we also have what are called shape hints. And if I go up here to Modify, Shape, add a shape hint, notice that it puts up this little A. Okay, so that's the first shape hint. So I'm going to drag it up there to the top. And then I'm going to do it again. Modify, Shape, add shape hint. And I'm going to do it at the bottom left. And then I'm going to do it one more time. Modify, Shape, add shape hint. And I'm going to put C at the bottom right. Now you can see that that is a very similar shape as what the A is. So here I'm going to put the C down at the bottom, the B down here at the bottom, and the A up in the top middle. Now as it moves, it should make the transition to the A a little bit smoother. Okay, so now if I modify, I'm going to start on the A, I'm going to modify shape, add shape hints, and this next one is the S. So I'm going to start up here. I'm going to add another one, shape, add shape hint, and I'm going to put the second one there. And basically I'm just trying to remember where the different points are so that Flash has a better idea of how to make the morph work. So I'm using 4 on this one. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I go to the S, and I'll put them on backwards. D, C, B, and A. And now as it morphs, oh, it's just disappearing. Maybe it doesn't like it because of the because I already had shape hints from the first two. So from there, all I need to do is modify shape, and I can remove all hints. And it ignored me, so let me try it here. Remove all hints, and there, it removed them from the A to the S. Okay, so a little better morph between those two. And actually, if I put in another keyframe right there, then maybe that one would allow me to add a shape hint. That could be the best thing to do. So I'll do A, modify shape, add shape hint. There's B, then modify shape, add shape hint, and C, one more, and D. Now, if I go over here, I can do it backwards. D, C, B, A. And you can see I put them close to being in the same spot. Now it morphs better from the A to the S. All I had to do was add a second keyframe. So there's one at 15 and 16. And again, I can do a command return, and I can watch it morph. So I have 3 different types of animations here: frame by frame, motion tween, and a shape tween.